Hello, it's Lou Collins, and today I've got another Craft World template for you. This one's called the Step Card template. Now this is really easy to put together. I've already gone ahead and stuck my template onto a piece of craft cardstock, and I have cut around all of the solid lines and all of the dotted lines I've scored on. I've then, as you can see, I've still got my template on here, so all I need to do now is peel back my template because I use a repositionable spray adhesive. There's more details on how I do this part in a separate video here on Craft World. So once you take this apart, what you want to do is fold the middle piece first of all. That gives you the main fold for your card. And then everything else concertina folds, so forwards and backwards, until you end up with this fantastic shape. Now if I just fold this way, you can see I'm going to take a bone folder and just secure all these creases down like so. So your card should fold flat and stand up beautifully. Now what I'm going to do is take that template again. I can reuse this if I want to as it is, or like me, you can use this to create your mats and layers. So if you look at this, just mark which pieces you want to use for your matting and layering, cut those out and then use those as templates for your pattern paper. Now I'm going to be using one of my pattern papers from my new Textures Mariposa collection. So really pretty butterflies on this. You've got lots of detail in there. So I'm going to cut around pieces of this, attach them because it's still tacky to the paper, cut those out, and then we can mat and layer them onto our card base. So there's my 3 pieces of pattern paper all cut out to size and shape. You could ink around the edges of these if you wanted to. You could add some stitching lines if you want with your machine, or hand stitching, things like that. Whatever you want to decorate these, and then glue them, as I am with my fine tip applicator here, to the front of your card base. There we go, all matte and layered and looking beautiful already. So now I want to have a statement piece just nestled in amongst these steps here. Now I'm going to use the Mariposa set again. I'm going to use the layering die set. I've already pre-cut these, and I've cut the whole butterfly from like a creamy colour. We're going very much neutrals with this card. And then I've cut both halves from black cardstock of the detail parts of the wings. So I'm going to layer those up. Now I'm only going to stick this down by adding glue along the body so that the wings really lift up. And I'm going to do that along that sort of antennae as well. And that's just going to make sure that that doesn't get caught anywhere and pull off. And so pop that antennae in there. I think that's a little bit high. Just take your time with this. There's one. You see that wings lifting up beautifully. Inside my glue, I tend to use the Sizzix Express glue or Cosmic Shimmer, either of those 2 glues, because I love both of them. I think they're absolutely brilliant paper crafting glues. There we go. See, that makes one complete butterfly. The beauty of this is you can use half or half if you want to. Now I'm just going to pop some glue on the base of the wings here, just this base part, and I am using a wet glue because it will dry super strong. And I'm going to pop the bottom of the wings just inside the card here and adhere that. So that's going to stand up really nice and tall, making it a really large card, but also a really beautiful one. Like I say, I wanted this to be a statement piece. So just gluing those pieces down and the wings can remain free. There we go. So now lastly, all I need to do to finish this off, I love the movement in those wings there, is just add a sentiment strip. So let me just put my glue cap back on. I'm going to use Mariposa collection again, keeping it all in the same theme. And I'm going to use So we've got create your own beautiful ending at the top, or take life one chapter at a time. I think take life one chapter at a time. I think that would be a nice one. So as always, I'm going to use my creative stamp platform. Absolutely love this. It's a tool I just could not be without. Let's pop the magnets on the end of this strip of white cardstock and take this out like so. Now this is going to be quite a thin strip, so rather than trying to use my trimmer to cut this down into a strip, I'm going to use a craft knife and a ruler when I get to that stage, because it will just be a little more accurate and a little easier to see where I'm cutting as well. So I'm stamping this in black. I've used quite a lot of black on this card already, but I just love to use black on cards. I think it just stands out beautifully. There we go. So, like I say, I'm going to use a craft knife and a ruler to cut that out, and then when that's cut down into a strip, we can apply that to our card. Now I'm going to use foam tape to stick this on so it really stands out. Just snip that, take the backing off. This foam tape comes from CraftStash. I love it because the backing comes off so easily. And then I'm just going to pop this strip. Now I could pop this across the bottom. I could even pop it so that it actually goes over the step there, just to give it a little bit of interest, which I think I might actually choose to do. I think that actually looks better that way. So if you've got an element like this where you've got some sticky that's revealed and you don't want that to catch on things, a good idea is to just use an anti-static bag in there and just blot that with some powder from the bag. So I'm just popping it inside there, just banging it a little bit against the foam, and that will take that stickiness off there. There we go. There's a fun butterfly card made using the step card template from Craftworld.